Alright, we've removed all of the straps off of them. I'm going to remove these stickers off. I don't even know if you're supposed to do that or not, but what I don't want is these starting to peel after I've camoed them and having a area there that's not painted or camoed with the rest. I'm not going to remove this. I'm just going to paint over it. I don't figure it's going to matter a whole lot at this point. So let's get started. So I'm not using anything special. I mean, like, this is the cheapest silver paint you can get. Paint primer, matte black, and then just some basic brown that my wife's had. The only thing I'm trying to do is not get any gloss paint. These are all relatively matte colored, which is the main thing I'm looking for. Get these close together. First thing I'm gonna do is hit them with some brown. Again, I'm just going at angles across here. Just kind of breaking them up. Already got that one. So and I'm going to come with the black just on the edges on both sides of the brown. There's really not a lot of brown on our tree bark here, so I don't want brown to be the main color you see. Black and silver, I think, is kind of the main thing. But I'm going to hit below that, and then on top of that, got a little there. On top of that brown, below that brown, hit that corner just a little to break that up. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top. So the brown's between the blacks. Same thing here. Below the brown, we'll break that up a little bit. On top of the brown, below the brown, hit that corner, top, a little bit of brown there. All right, so you kind of see the brown-black differences. I'm going to hit the silver in the areas between them, and that's really what I think the main color should be on these. If you look at the trees out here in the woods, the oaks, mainly silver and black. So that's kind of what we're going to hit these with. And that corner up there. No real rhyme or reason to where you put this. I'm just trying to fill the places that haven't been painted yet for this base coat. So the base coat is, I'm just kind of striping silver, black, brown, black, silver, and then repeating that over and over and over. Just kind of filling in any voids. So we'll come back tomorrow after these have had plenty of time to dry, and we'll start sponging these areas, giving some contrasting colors to make them look like a real tree. All right, again, I just had some hunter green laying around. I don't know that I necessarily like the dark green. I might like a lighter green, but we'll go with this. I'm gonna put this on first because I don't think it's a predominant color around here. So if nothing else, it'll be kind of a secondary base color. And I'm not going to put it all over because we're just simulating moss. How moss would be on a tree, and it's not all over the tree, it's kind of patchy. So putting some at the top, some at the bottom. Just a little bit in these middle areas. All right, so we've got a little bit of moss to them. Now we're going to go to our other colors. So we're going to do gray, do some gray in the dark areas. Kind of, again, over the top of the moss. So the moss is a background color. now we'll go to a brown. Move this over here. I'm gonna put the brown in the areas where you see a lot of gray, so kind of balance that out a little bit. Alright, so we'll let those dry and take a look at them. Alright, so I've let that dry and kind of looked at it. And one thing I've noticed, I got a few dark areas, like this area here is really dark. I'm going to hit that with some grays. Real dark area up here, I'm going to hit that with gray. That's just predominantly the colors in our area is more of the gray and black. So I'm going to hit it with some gray, and then we'll see what they look like on a tree. Finished product on the right. You can see, at least I think I can see, you can see the little bit of green. I got a little carried away with the green, but you can see the moss over on the right side of the tree. Kind of blends in with that a little bit. Whereas your other stick on the left, just a giant silver, shiny climbing stick. It's all one color. Again, here's a different angle of this one. A little bit of camo. It kind of reminds me of the Strata Camo pattern. If you're a big fan of Strata, the sponge method is a really good way to go. So I think those turned out good. We'll look at them on some other trees around here with some different bark and different colors, and we'll see how they look. So that's a wrap on this project. Took about an hour maybe. A $2 sponge, pretty simple, quick and easy. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of difference to the deer, but makes you feel good, and it's a good something to do in the off season when you're getting ready and you're thinking about deer season. Wouldn't hesitate to do this at all. It's kind of a fun little project. Get your kids involved. They can sponge paint around without too big of a worry. So anyway, give it a try. I got about a $2 sponge invested in this whole project, just some paint laying around. So that's pretty cheap. I think they turned out pretty good. So not that it probably makes a difference. Deer probably don't see it, but fun little project.